Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. I'm Michael Sandler, your host on Inspire Nation. Obviously, I've got somewhere behind me, I've got Rue, who is holding space for us here tonight. It is a balmy, warm evening. It is so cold. Here in northern New Jersey, I've seen people here talking about the Northeast and talking about the temperature. So I've got on my pleather vegan bomber jacket tonight. Jessica dared me to wear it on air, and I said, "Oh my God, is that warm?" And she's like, "I made you get that." And I said, "I always do what you say." But I love this jacket, and so I thought I would have fun and wear it here tonight. Rue's got his downy feathers to keep him warm. And we are going to have so much fun tonight. So, first off, if I sound a little overexcited, we have been on quite the journey. And I'm happy to announce we're going to be landing for a little while. So, we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about giving your worries, your fears, your anxieties to the angels. We're going to talk about how to also tabula rasa you, or how to blank slate you, get you light for whatever comes your way. And we're going to really help you understand and learn the power of, I'm going to call it vitamin D, discernment tonight. I'm going to teach you how to have greater discernment so that we don't act from, I don't know why it was coming out in Catholic terms earlier today, venal or carnal mind, or the egoic based mind, which wants us to act out of FEAR and make decisions accordingly. So we're going to look at how you do not do any of that. So, with that said, why am I so excited? Am I so excited because my hand is doing better? I've still got it in this thing here. Oh my God, I got hit by a car 8 weeks ago. Every single morning, it still feels like I got hit by the car again. Ow, particularly with a cold and moisture. Ow, ow, ow. And yet I remain positive about that as well. So I'll probably take off this little copper sleeve here in a little bit, let the hand go free. Why I am so excited is because if you followed our journey, then you know that we left with the last fire a year ago in Colorado that came close to our door. Jessica getting sick with the smoke. We traveled in the fall in RV. We were at a retreat center for the winter. Got this beautiful Taj Mahal of an RV to get back to the East Coast, visit Jessica's family this summer, and be away for the smoke. And we've had 3 miscarriages in the past, and we happened to get pregnant again this summer. Woohoo! How does it get any better than this? And so we parked here in northern New Jersey by Jessica's family so that we could get through those first 3 months, because we miscarried each time in the first 3 months, to get through that time period. And we were planning on being in Florida for the winter, but then to figure out what we thought was going to be New England, where we go from there. Now, I'm not going to give you the long version of it. I'm going to give you the huge positive. We were pregnant with twins. How does it get any better than this? However, the way things were set up, the second twin couldn't make it. She, in a sense, helped get our first twin through that first time period, past the period of miscarriages, got her to week 16 or 17 before she could no longer continue her journey for this time. We've had our chance to grieve. There is still some of that going on, but we're choosing to celebrate that the 2 girls are baby Hannah, who is in Jessica's belly, and baby Miraku, who is on the other side of the veil, but here as well. So we, after baby Hannah made it through this time period, and we got our latest ultrasound on Tuesday. She's doing great. We get our big ultrasound in 9 days where we get to check on her heart, because her heart was struggling through all of this, and her heart is doing much better. So the big checkup is in 9 days. But with that said, we have been living in this RV, and it's a beautiful, like I said, it's a Taj Mahal of an RV, but it has been time to get settled. In fact, we have a beautiful show by your show just came out Thursday. We had a beautiful show recently where with the 12 Archangels and Belinda Womack, where the 12 archangels said, it's time to root, you guys. We couldn't agree more. But we struggled to find a place to root. Now, what does this have to do with giving your worries, fears, and anxieties, or worries and concerns and anxieties to the angels? We're struggling to find a place to root through the pregnancy, and we wanted to be New England or we wanted to be Florida, but it turns out because of the hospital care that we've needed, it turned out that the flow line meant we got to stay close. We get to stay close. It's important and imperative to stay close. But we couldn't find a place. So last week, we finally, in quotes, find a possible place. Woohoo, thank you, angels. And we go to check it out. And at this point, we're feeling lots of worries, concerns, and anxieties because we, A, need to get out of the RV, B, we're not supposed to be parked in a neighborhood for this length of time. And so the city has been exceptionally, miraculously amazing at letting us stay here, but we knew it was time to move on. We go to view this place, and as my uncle, my cousin Mark would say, you know the first second when you walk into a place, whether it's a place you want to rent, a place you want to buy, a place you want for your business, you'll know within the first second. We walked inside, and it was the opposite of what I was looking for. It felt wrong. Now, I am now doing automatic writing with Miraku on the other side of the veil every single day. And she told me specifically the home that we get for Hannah and her in energetic form, she's still by my side, but in energetic form, must feel like we're on vacation, must feel like a vacation home. And instead, this home felt like they could have put a Paul Revere sign outside. It was dark. It was cold. It seemed like it was from the 1700s. It wasn't. It's a cutesy bed and breakfast, but it just didn't feel warm and cozy. And the fire alarm was doing a change the battery beep, which is an alarm sound. And I talk a lot about signs and symbols. Somebody had, or two people came in, unmasked while we were there, and whatever your stance is in masks, we feel like total commingling during this time where numbers are way up isn't the greatest idea. It didn't feel inviting. Now we left there, and thank you so much. We just got a kind donation from Lily Jane. Thank you so much, Lily Jane. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? We left there, and our fear was through the roof. Are we going to find another place? Did we make a mistake? There are other people looking at this place. Should we grab it right away? Let me tell you, if there is an opportunity to grab something out of fear, stop yourself cold. We're going to be talking about the angels. If you came here for the angels, we're going to do a lot of angels. But if there is a decision that gets to be made out of fear, full stop. Do not go for it, no matter what. Because the most common expression, if we want to go in real estate terms, that you're going to hear is, there are other buyers interested. There are other renters interested. And I'm looking at this and seeing the number 333, which means the angels are listening to us right now, because it's a decision between you, the angels, and the universe, all coming together as one. It is not your decision to make. And if you're making it out of fear, you're coming from the wrong direction or the wrong perspective. Not that there is right and wrong and good and bad, but there are easy lessons and hard lessons. If you go from a place of fear, you're going to be in a hard lesson place, and it didn't feel right. So I had to step back. Oh my God, Kathy, thank you so much. Woohoo! Kathy White with a beautiful donation. Thank you so much. Hugs, cheers, love. How does it get any better than this? Thank you so much, Kathy. We got to step back. Nothing else is appearing. Nothing is feeling right. And we had to go to the angels and say, okay, this clearly wasn't our decision to make, and you don't want us to have this place that doesn't feel right. Rue is on a tear. You're going to have to help us find the right place, and we give this to you. We're not taking this burden. You want us to find the right place, we're giving it to you. In a sense, I went to a state of complete and total surrender. If this is your first time here and you're wondering why I'm talking in story, it's because if the elders shared story wasn't about the elders, it's not about me, but there's something more powerful you can learn in a story than a list or than a specific how-to. And I've got plenty of how-to for this evening. And then we're going to do a Q&A and a beautiful meditation. So you're going to want to hang in there, a meditation with the angels tonight. With that said, I went into a place of surrender, a place of it's not my decision to make. This decision has nothing to do with me. I have put my request out to the angels. I've said what I've wanted. I've had discussion with the angels. I've had discussions with Miracle on the other side of the veil. I get to leave this thing alone, but coming from a place of love, a place of heart, a place of belief. And then 2 places appeared this week. But with COVID, the realtor couldn't take us there right away. Do I panic? Do I worry? Do I concern myself that these places may go away? Somebody else may rent them. No, I say very specifically, angels, I give this to you. I give this to you, angels. Now, let me be completely clear. I love my parents very much, was raised by a family of scaredy cats. Somewhere inside of me, not too far beneath the surface, is a scaredy cat. The first time you're hearing it. I'm proud of sharing this after we had Mike Dooley on the show, Thoughts Become Things, Mr. Thoughts Become Things, less than a month ago. And he talked about him being a scaredy cat. I have the scaredy cat gene. I am courageous. I am strong. I am powerful. I rock it. I've done all sorts of crazy things. I go race bicycles in Europe to work on becoming a professional, and did that while I was still in college, bouncing back and forth between Europe and the States. I've done some cool stuff, but I'm also scared. And so it's not in my nature to say, oh, you take this, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Instead, I'm like, Maslow's hierarchy says that house at the top, I can't think clearly because I'm supposed to put a roof over the head of my wifey who is pregnant so that we can be safe. So what I do is I bypass my thinking mind. You guys take this. I'm going to hang back. Whatever is meant to be will happen. This isn't just que sera, sera. I fully give this to you. We saw one place. Again, this is kind of like Goldilocks. So I guess that's 2 places. Did not feel right. Price was okay. Terms longer than if we took this 3rd place, which we hadn't even seen yet, but it too didn't feel right. You know, that feeling is coming from the angels. We take way too much credit thinking that our thoughts, our ideas, our imagination, our feelings come from us. They're coming from the divine. They're coming from your angels. They're ringing you like a tuning fork. Listen when you feel these things, and in a sense, give thanks. Now, we couldn't see that last place till the end of the weekend, or so it appeared. That place is available for a shorter period of time. And it didn't on paper look quite right. But as I felt into it, what I actually told the realtor afterwards is, I have a very odd or peculiar feeling this is the place. And I think Jessica was hopping up and down going, "That's the one I want to see the most." So we went. We actually got in to see it sooner than expected. How does it get any better than this? So on Saturday, it's a beautiful lake view home, incredibly expansive view. It's a vacation home, fully furnished. It's for a short time. It's to get us through the pregnancy and then a month or two more. And then we get to, my guess is, go to New England and buy the most amazing place. But we'll allow that universe to allow that one to unfold as well. But we checked this place out and it ticked off almost every one of the boxes. Fear didn't go away because the egoic mind goes, am I going to get this? Is this going to work out? The egoic mind is so funny, and that's why we really need to go to the angels, because as soon as one fear goes away, I guarantee you, as soon as one goes away, the next one will supplant or replace it every single time. There is almost not a day in our lives where we don't find something to be worried or concerned about. In fact, the way we're wired, the day that we don't have something to be worried or concerned about, our mind will scan everywhere, everything, until it finds something to latch onto. This is why we like the news. This is why we like horror movies. We meaning societally. I'm not such a big fan. I'm kind of like, because horror movies program the brain. Very key consideration. And I'm watching an amazing documentary today on, I guess, my new all-time favorite hero, Mr. Rogers. Oh my God. Oh my God. What a hero to me. For how he was able to teach and impart wisdom and speak from the heart, and share some very challenging things. Where am I going with Mr. Rogers? Rue, where am I going with Mr. Rogers? I couldn't tell you. Let me dive back into the story, and I'm sure it will come right back around. We look at this place. The mind is looking for things to be afraid of, things to be concerned about. It's always looking and scanning. It sees these places, and it gave me a list of things to be worried about. But at the end of the day, woohoo, we got it. We're going to live in a vacation home for the next 6 months, where my stipulation is I wanted to live in some place where I go, jaw hits the floor and I go, oh my God, I can't believe we live here. Oh my God, I can't believe we live here. That's where we're going to be living. Now, we'll use that as the basis, certainly, to shoot shows like this and to share that energy with you, because that's the business we're all in, which is sharing energy to uplift everybody. And we'll use it as an opportunity to grow a super healthy, happy Hana. And we'll use it as an opportunity to find our, I'm not going to say forever home, but our home that we're going to purchase once we get off of the road here. It's time for that. But bring it full story here. It would have been easy many steps of the way to go into that place of fear and grab something else, to go into that place in fear of settle, to go into that place of fear and try to push or force things. Bad things, very, very bad things happen when we try to force things. Because when you force things, things break. And you end up someplace or some situation that is not a fit for you. Something to be so careful and watch for, which is why we give it to the angels and let them do the litmus test for us. So, so important. Let our angels let us know if this is the right place or not. So, So much I want to go over with you tonight. So many cool things. Power of patience. It is too easy for the egoic mind to lose patience, to go into that place of worry and concern. So the best thing we can do, certainly, we can work on having more courage. And Mr. Scarecrow, he walked the Yellow brick road to have more courage, but actually, courage was how he walked the yellow brick road. Thank you, Joanne Ballman. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Thank you, Joanne, so much for your kind donation. Woohoo! And I'm going to do something here. You're going to see me reach across so I can play with the camera for a second. Let's see how that is there. That's a little better for me to be able to see things here. So, patience doesn't come from ourselves. For Mr. Scarecrow, it came from relying on Dorothy, for instance. Patience comes from giving things to something greater than ourselves. So the way our egoic mind works is we are hardwired for snap something, knee-jerk reactions, snap decisions. And what happens when we make a knee-jerk reaction, a reaction out of fear, is we bring about the very thing we're afraid of. If we're afraid of conflict, knee-jerk reaction, you get conflict. Afraid of losing money, boom, you lose money. If you're afraid you might not have enough money at the end of your month and you worry about it, that's exactly what you have. So, I'm not saying don't worry. Again, I mentioned earlier, I have been a scaredy cat. I'm an incredibly courageous scaredy cat because I will step forward and I will use the power of the angels. So, what does this mean? First off, it means that we get to become, I used to call it alchemists. Now I realize what it really is becoming a mystic. And we have our Wednesday night School of Mystics. Do become a mystic with us. The fact that you're listening to this means you're attracted to mysticism because it's inside of you. It's why we have a School of Mystics. Do come join us. And Tanya in the chat room will put the link down there. A mystic learns how to transmute energy. Mystic learns how to transmute energy. What does this mean? It means a mystic is not stopped by his or her fear, but uses that as an energy to step forward into finding a new solution, finding a new way to bring in money, finding a new job, finding a new place to live. So the trick is not to act out of fear, but instead transmute your fear to an energy of love. You want to transmute your fear to an energy of love. And the best transmutation, I can't believe I'm going to use the word tool, the best transmutation tool in the world. You take this. You take this. You can say, please take this. Thank you for taking this. Oh, I'm taking this off now. Wrist is doing great tonight. Oh, how does it get any better than this? You take this. Let your angels on the other side of the veil, playing at a higher level, work with them to transmute this energy. So do it with a prayer, do it with a request, do it with anything you've got, but give it to them to transmute this energy. So over the last year, chased out by forest fires. Where are we going to go? Go to an RV place that didn't work out. Having challenges with the babies, having challenges finding a place. It's easy to be brought to your knees. But if you give it to, this is sort of like the 12-step program, give it to a higher power. And I like giving it to the angels. Why don't you just give it to God, Michael? I do give it to God. But to me, the angels are the intermediary that kind of get her done for you. They're going to help move and shift and shake things around to help you get it done. And so while I have a personal relationship with, I won't call it the big guy upstairs, but with the source of love and healing that is everything. And I've had two near death experiences. So I get this on a very, very physical cellular level. It's the angels who do the lifting. And so I will go to the angels and go, I'm worried. I'm concerned. Or for myself, as Jessica knows too well, I'll go, I'm full. I have no words. I have no anything at this moment. Let me give this to the angels. I mentioned my wrist here earlier tonight. I don't know that I really want to show you the grisly scar here again. I have a choice because it was rebuilt. I don't have my camera on me, or I'd show you. It's amazing the hardware that is put this thing back together. After I got hit by that, I guess it was an SUV. But with that said, I have a choice each morning. I can get up in a what we'll call it, a poop ton of pain, which is how I feel when I wake. Oh, and I can choose to go through the day. Oh, I'm laughing because that's not what I do, obviously. Instead, I go, you take this. I ain't taking this. And I go through the day. Ooh. In other words, they've changed the energy behind it. Sure, there's still some incredible pain. Who cares? It'll get better. I'm not taking this on. It's not me. It's not who I am. It's not whatever is going on in your life. It's not who you are as well. It's an energy. You know, pain is just fear leaving the body. It really is true. These are just energies. Say that again. You may have heard this from other things, Marines or something. Pain is fear leaving the body. I give it to you. So, what we can do is we can give the pain, we can give the worries, we can give the concerns to a being that has wings, that has gentleness, that has power. Thank you so much, Valerie. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Thank you so much. All my love, Valerie. All my love. Give it to the angels so that they can carry it up and take it away, and so that they can soften the pain, soften your worries, fears, and concerns, and return it to you. This is so key. I have not once said, push away the pain. I have not once said, thank you, Sean Katie. Oh, I have now. Thank you, Sean Katie. How does it get any better than this? Thank you, thank you, thank you. All my love. I have not said, push it away, throw it away, stuff it down. What I've said is give it to the angels to transmute it. Allow it to go through the tumbling machine of heaven, shall we call it? There, I've never used that term before. The tumbling machine of heaven. Allow them to put it through the tumbler so that it comes back to you squeaky clean and elevated. Allow your pains, your worries, your concerns, your fears to come back to you squeaky clean and elevated as a powerful positive fuel, or what I'll call the fuel of love. The fuel of love. So let's say that you're worried about you're worried about money. Give your money concern to the angels. Allow them to bring it up above, to throw in some fabric softener to soften it and return to you an energy where you see much more clearly. Again, those things that we worry about the most and we take knee-jerk reactions, we end up hardwiring or anchoring ourselves to the exact thing we're afraid of. You're afraid you don't have enough money, you act out of a knee-jerk reaction, and you end up creating the situation where you definitely don't have enough money. If, however, you're worried about money, I give this to you, angels. I give this to you, angels. Yeah, you make it ceremony. I give this to you, angels. You might try that. It softens. You feel better. And what happens is they don't return to you the fear or worries about money. What they do is return to you a clearer heart where you're loving yourself up more and you can make clearer, better decisions. When you love yourself up, you tend to make great decisions. You make loftier decisions, the decisions that are not based out of the minimal viable outcome, the MVO, minimum viable outcome. Well, I don't know if another place is going to come along. So the minimum viable outcome is let me take this depressing, old, dark, dingy, damp place, cold, out in the middle of nowhere where I feel completely isolated so that I can spend the next 6 months, um, you know, um, feeling the error of my ways as I wait for our beautiful baby to be born. And I'm feeling so miserable as a minimum viable outcome because I'm not sure what's going to happen if I say no. Whew. That's how we're trained to live. You're trained, I'm trained to live by our minimum viable outcome, to play it small. No goodness in the history of humanity has ever come, in the history of histories, has ever come from playing it small. You didn't play it small to get here. You're an energetic being who you chose this. You might be going, why did I choose this? There are some great reasons, but you're an energetic being having an energetic experience in human form. You're a badass. You're so incredibly bold and courageous to come to this place, we can call it the house of pain, so that you can learn and grow. You're a badass for doing this. The best way to play this badass game is to keep being a badass. Sort of like you qualify for the Indy 500 by going 230, 240 miles an hour on the edge of the wall, right on the edge of oblivion. You qualify. Maybe you even get pole position. Woohoo! How does it get any better than this? You don't suddenly go and drive the race as if you're a scaredy cat. You'll get slammed into so fast by anyone and everyone. Yeah, that's what we do when we come here. We're so bold. We're so courageous. The angels would say, we are heroes. The angels look up to us because we're the ones who chose to come here in a meat suit. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any scarier than this? We're in a creator's suit. We can create with this magnificent body that we have. The angels can love us up and support us, but they don't move around the pieces the way that we do in physicality. They look up to us in a very real sense. It's a symbiotic relationship that we have between us and our angels. That could be a whole topic unto itself, or even a series of topics, the symbiotic relationship. And yet we get here and we're trained by our parents, by well-meaning others, by society, by civilization, by the rules, the laws, the teachers, and on it goes, to play it small, to look for a minimum viable outcome. And guess what? That's just what we get. You've experienced it. I've experienced it. I'm not so sure Rue has experienced it. That boy goes for it. So, what we do to step out of the minimum viable outcome, you take this. There ain't no way I'm going to play a fear-based game. There ain't no way I'm going to play it small. I may wobble, I may shake, I may come almost unglued, stutter, not be able to say a thing, not be able to think. But I am going to step forward. You take this. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. And then love yourself up. And we're going to double back around to this one, because loving yourself up ain't a game for the weak. Loving yourself up takes so much strength, so much courage, so much chutzpah, charisma. I won't fully go there tonight, but I can remember when I first tried to love myself up, flipping out in the bathroom in the house I owned, smashing everything in the mirror, trying to smash myself, taking this beautiful microwave. Oh, was another time, a second time, beautiful microwave my dad had bought me, smashing it on the kitchen floor because it was such a beautiful gift. Because I said, I'll show you for loving yourself up. I'll show you what you deserve. You deserve all the love in the world. You deserve, oh my God, there is nothing you have done wrong. There is nothing you could do wrong. You are amazing. You are God. You are the divine. You are incredible. If you get one thing from tonight, know that you are love. You come from love. You couldn't be anything other than love, no matter how much you try, and love yourself up. And we're going to come back. We're going to double back to that. But understanding loving yourself up is a love that comes from the angels. Loving yourself up is a love that comes from the angels. Just the very act, if you go, I love myself, and breathe into it, it's amplified tenfold, 100-fold by the angels that are around you. And they're around you at every moment. I love myself. When you love yourself up, you're in an energy of attraction rather than repulsion. You're in an energy of attraction rather than repulsion. So when we have the minimum viable outcome, we're in a place of fear. We expect things small. We shoot for things small. We get things small at best. When we're in an energy of love, we shoot bigger. We hope for bigger. We expect bigger, and we get bigger. Because we're not in that energy of fear, and we're not in the energy of desperation. And so we attract. Right, Rue? Now, I want to come back to a very important word here. I said, if you get nothing else, get about loving yourself. If you get nothing else other than the nothing else, I want to talk with you about desperation. A decision made out of fear and out of desperation isn't a decision at all. It is a resignation. You want to talk about a minimum viable outcome. Acting out of desperation is a resignation that will hurt and hurt bad and continue to hurt and continue to hurt, continue to hurt until you act from a place of love. There is a statement. I actually like it. It's really twisted, but I used to have a really twisted sense of humor, kind of dark, much better now. And that statement is, the beatings will continue until morale improves. You've probably heard me say this before. The beatings will continue until morale improves. And if you come to any of our mystic classes, you'll hear some of these things. What that means is, until I flip a switch and I'm able to jump to the other side of that negativity, the negativity will continue. Until I'm able to jump to the other side of desperation, the desperate situation will continue. Angels would say desperation, other than being desperate for the angels, being desperate for spirit is the best form of desperation in the world. Guarantees a higher level outcome. Be desperate for spirit all you can. Not meaning, oh my God, where are you, God? But meaning, I give it to you, angels. I talk to you, angels. I talk to you, God. I talk to you, Spirit. Come interact with me. I'm desperate for this communication. I got hit by a car while racing, trying to make it to the Tour de France. I got waved by a French official into an oncoming car in the French Alps. I don't know, like over 25 years ago. 28 years ago, something like that. And I thought, God is dead. There is no God. That's not the kind of desperation we're talking about, because that led to 6.5, 7 years of PTSD and pain centers, abusive relationship, me on the abused end, which I guess is the kinder, harder side end to be on. But all of that became because I had the God is dead, there is no God, rather than the God, I need help. And I'm not talking about a bearded white guy in the sky. I'm talking about the energy of love that is everything. Because desperation, other than for spirit, other than for the angels, creates a desperation spiral. What in the world is a desperation spiral? A desperation spiral is you become desperate, so you look at them for the minimum viable outcome and you play it small. And then that doesn't work out. And so you look for the minimum viable outcome. And so you play it small. And that doesn't work out. And so you look for the minimum viable outcome. You get where I'm going. Desperation begets desperation, begets desperation, begets desperation. And downward you go. What we get to do is break this habit. Oftentimes, you can tell someone who's here, and I send them so much love, when they're saying, but this, but that, but the other thing. If you catch yourself, I don't know, wiping your butt, butting too much, excuse me. If you catch yourself butting too much, you're butting your head against something bigger than yourself. Or basically, you have your head. Yes, I won't even continue that. When you find yourself being too desperate, instead of being desperate about the situation, be desperate to give it to spirit. So you can go to desperately praying, you can go to desperately pleading, you can go to desperately pleading, but instead, desperately give your worries, give your concerns, give your everything. Gift it to the angels. I give this to you. Now, last night, I'm still waiting for the outcome of what's going on with this beautiful vacation home that we're moving into. On a conscious level, I wasn't worrying about it when I went to sleep. But I also wasn't really sleeping. And in fact, when I woke up this morning, I have this beautiful Garmin watch on, and it's saying, "Your sleep was so poor, we're putting you in the penalty box. No activity, Mr. Sandler, for the next 36 to 38 hours." It literally said something akin to that minus the penalty box. Um, but I feel great. I feel great. I don't know how little sleep I got. I feel great. Why? Because I wasn't desperate for sleep. I desperately gave it to the angels. I said, angels, guys, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I can't sleep. Please help me to wake rested and refreshed. Mary, I love you. 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 Big hugs, Mary. Mary Fryer, how does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Thank you so much, Mary. I truly mean this. Oh my God. I love you. I love you. I love you. So, just as I was thanking Mary, is what I do with the angels. Love up your angels. Angels, I love you guys. I'd love it if you can give me some sleep right now. If you can't give me some sleep, please allow me in the morning to feel rested and refreshed. So, what I did is I gave them a requisition. a request of the angels, a request in the universe. I wasn't desperate for, give me this now in this moment. But here's how I would like this to come about. So I basically set an intention with the angels. I had an intention to gift this to the angels, and the angels had then an intention to gift me with the result. In other words, when you give your worries and concerns to the angels with this intention for a positive outcome, they grace you with a beautiful result. They put you in a state of grace. So important to understand. I said desperation is to be avoided at all cost. But grace, amazing grace, grace, we can go to in each and every moment. If you notice, a lot of what we're talking about tonight is the flip side of the same coin, desperation and grace. If you're feeling desperate, awesome. You've got the coin of grace in your hands. If you're feeling the desperation of darkness, you've got light, the coin of light in your hands as well. We just get to transmute that by giving it to the angels, by setting the intention. I gift this to you. I am present enough not to act out of fear, out of desperation, but to give this to you. Now, that state of presence, this is an incredibly rare state at this point in humanity. You do this, you're at humanity like 9.0 or on a 900 level class if you're in college rather than a 100 level class. Because this level of grace is rare. This is mystic training at a high level. To go, I'm freaked out of my mind, or I'm so exhausted I can't think, or I'm beside myself. And I'm going to breathe in and I'm going to give this beautiful gift to you, angels. I'm going to give this gift to you. And that puts you into a heavenly state from which all things are possible. All things. Not this might be possible or that might be possible. We're moving to a vacation home. How does it get any better than this? We've lived in some really, really cool places. We've never lived on a lake. It's got its own dock. It's got its own hot tub, so I can run down and swim into the ice water, which I'll wait a few more weeks, but I've got my cold weather wetsuit ready to go. Maybe I won't even need that. Go to the ice water, run back up, go into the hot tub, get warm, go back into the hot, cold water and back to the hot. Oh my God, I've dreamed about such things, going and living in Finland or Norway and being able to do this. How does it get any better than this? When you gift it to the angels and you do it intentionally, you're in a heavenly state from which all things are possible. You've completely switched the energy and you've gone from one side of that coin. This is so cool. I couldn't do this a few weeks ago. You've gone from one side of the coin to the other. So nothing good comes from desperation except desperation for spirit. But because when you're desperate, you push away the things you want. But instead, when you recognize that desperation, recognize that there's a gift immediately on the other side, a gift of grace, and give it away as fast as you can. And one of the fun terms, I love to come up with names for these things, is I'm going to call this the Desperation Boomerang. Desperation comes in, let it go right back out. It came in, let it go right back out to spirit. It could also be the hot potato gift. You get that hot potato, how fast can you let go of it? the minute it comes in, give it back out or send it away. The minute it comes in, send it away. And then the angels had a cool, so the way things work with me is, first off, I don't know if I call myself a channel or a medium, whatever we call me, certainly starting with my automatic writing, and that's a whole story to itself, but I can hear spirit talking to me at this moment. I also sit down with spirit and write everything out before I go into a talk like this. So far, about 50% of the ideas, maybe 60% of the ideas came from my writing with spirit, and about 40% come with what I'm hearing right now. But with that said, I'm always in communion or discussion, communication with the angels. And shameless plug, I've got a whole class on this. Certainly, I've got a best-selling book on this, the automatic writing experience. But we've got a class in 8 or 9 days, a week from Thursday. And Tanya, thank you, Tanya. We'll put a link down here so you can join us for class and learn right away. And it also gives you access to a whole video-based program so you can begin learning automatic writing right away. But what happens is I get in communion with spirit, communion with the angels. And that's my hope and dream and goal and gift to you, is to help you be in communion, meaning you are having continuous discussions with the angels. And what they're saying to me, what they were saying to me when I was talking with them, is that a lot of your fears, Michael, are rooted with wounds from the past. And we all have our wounds from the past. So for myself, years ago, long time ago, I almost lost my home. Years ago, I went a year or two, it was 2 winters, without the ability to pay my gas bill. And so without any heat in my home, except I don't know why I didn't even think of a space heater. Maybe they weren't as good then. I had the oven opened up with a fan on top of the oven, blowing air from the oven into the house to keep it warm. Crazy. I must have had an electric heater, but thinking back, I must have. How else would I keep the house warm so that the pipes didn't break? But these wounds from the past, when you're looking at stepping forward now and stepping forward out of a minimum viable outcome, come back to bite you, and bite you with a vengeance. So when you want to step forward and you find yourself going, I, you're doing the I dance. I, Captain, I don't know what to think. Look for what wounds you can clear. And there's so many different techniques. And it's something also in our School of Mystics. Actually, I've got a big clearing coming up this Wednesday. I do it once a month, but we weren't able to fit it in last week. So I've got a big clearing session for everybody this Wednesday in our School of Mystics. Tanya can put the link down there. Do come join us for that. You'll meet so many like-minded homies. I'm sure I have mystics in training here tonight. They can please chat it up, say how much you're enjoying it or what you've learned or how you've grown. So we'll do a clearing session on Wednesday. I want you, though, to clear on your wounds, on your fears, on your blocks. But then one of the most powerful clearing methods you can use on top of that is to simply do massage work. I get to do massage work loving up my wrist. I love your wrist. I love your wrist. I love your wrist. We get to do massage work on our hearts. I love you, heart. I love you, heart. I love you, heart. Or on yourself. I love you, Michael. I love you. I love you. You get to do this on yourself. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. Do this 5 minutes a day. It changes everything of just loving yourself up by massaging your heart. 5 minutes a day, or even if you can't manage that, 3 times 5 seconds a day. I love myself. Just hug yourself. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. What in the world does this have to do with the angels? It turns out everything. Because love, the opposite side of that coin of fear, if you have fear, you have love. And the vibration of love is the vibration of the angels. The more that you get yourself in the vibration of love, the more your angels can do for you. It's in essence, I don't know where this expression came from, but you're greasing the wheels. You're making it easier, smoother for your angels to intervene. Oh my God, Lena, thank you so much. Thank you for your kind, generous donation. How does it get any better than this, Lena? How does it get any better than this? Lots of love. So I'm saying, I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I love you, Lena. I love you, Lena. I love you, Lena. And I love you, everybody here tonight. When you do this and start treating yourself better, it makes it so much easier. Please do treat yourself better. Please, please, please. In fact, treat yourself like a newborn child. Oh, so cute. Or treat yourself like a newborn puppy or kitten or whatever animal tickles your fancy. I can't even imagine what this guy must have looked like when he was a little chick. How does it get any better than this? Oh my God, can you picture him as a little, I don't know if he was a cute little yellow chick or if he was a cute little white chick. Can you imagine how cute this majestic guy must have looked? Can you imagine how cute you must have looked? Really, love yourself up as if you're in a newborn in your own arms. The more that you do this, the more you put yourself in a higher vibratory state. The more you do this, the more you do this, the more you do this, the more you put yourself in a higher vibratory state, and the easier it is to call the angels in. Now, we're not talking about the traditional, I call on you, angels. What we're talking about is, angels, I'm feeling a little bit better about myself, or I'm doing what I can. You take this. What you're doing is you're calling them in to take your worries, fears, and concerns. In other words, you're calling the angels in to do the dirty work, the work of transmutation, and to bring clear paths your way. It all begins with self-love, with self-kindness, with self-care, with self-compassion. And this brings me to the last point. I believe it's the last point. Angels always tend to have one more. So I'm going to say the second to last point, because I know the angels are going to jump in with one more. And that is, all of this requires an element of tabula rasa. What's tabula rasa? That means a blank slate. Tabula rasa, blank slate. I like to think of the old school Etch-a-Sketch, the thing that had dials, little magnetic filaments, and then you shake this little red and silver thing and the screen goes clear. We get to blank slate ourselves in order to step forward. So this means blank slating our judgment, our disappointment, all of the fear, desperation, discouragement. We get to blank slate all of the programming gifted to us that says we are less than, that says we are not worthy. We get to blank slate every piece of muck and mire we've been taught about ourselves that programs into ourselves as fear, as a disappointment and desperation that creates that downward cycle. When we're in that downward cycle of desperation, of disappointment, of self chastising, self beratement, of picking on ourselves and pushing ourselves down, it is incredibly hard to reach up to the sky. There's a reason fear begets fear, disappointment begets disappointment. Or stubbing your toe, as people have seen in The Secret, can create more of stubbing your toe. We get to clear that vibration away to make it easier to communicate with spirit and easier to communicate at a higher level. This is real graduate level work I'm going to ask of you here this evening. This is the real work. It's easy to say, I give it to you. I give you the fears. I give you the worries. I give you the concerns. It's harder to say, I love myself up. But you know what the hardest thing is? To forgive yourself and to say, all of the negative feelings I have towards myself, all of the guilt, all of the shame, all of the, if I'm honest, I hate myself. I hate that I did this. I hate that I did that. I'm so stupid. I'm such an idiot. I'm a. To take that and rip that out of your heart. Not rip out your heart, rip that out of your heart. That is kind of like a parasite strangling your heart, and give that to the angels, particularly your guilt and shame and all of the disappointments you've had about yourself throughout a lifetime. That's the real work. That ain't easy. There are holidays about this, misconstrued. There are practices about this, misunderstood. When you give your guilt, your shame, your disappointment, all of those things you didn't feel went right or that you did wrong, when you gift them to the angels, they give you a hall pass. They blank slate you. You can breathe so much easier. Now, I grew up Jewish, going to Catholic school, Christian school, all sorts of all sorts of religious immersions that I grew up with. But I grew up at the end of the day as a good Jewish boy, going to the high holidays, going to Rosh Hashanah, going to Yom Kippur, where we sat in temple for hours, where we fasted. As they said that the book of God, the book of life was open. I believe it's called the book of life is open during this 2-week period of the year they call the Jewish New Year. And you had to continuously, you want to talk about good Jewish guilt, good Catholic guilt, you had to pray and beg forgiveness for everything that you've done wrong over the last year, so that the good future is written about you in the book of life. And if you don't ask for forgiveness and pray, who knows what God is going to write in the book for you for the next year. You want to talk about a low vibration practice. And now I'm not picking on Judaism, because at the end of the day, whether it's Christianity, Kabbalism, Judaism, Islamic faiths, any practice at the mystical level, got it rocking on. Every religion has a mystical level to it, where they get it. And this can actually be the greatest practice in the world. This practice, the high holidays, can be the greatest practice of the world. This practice, because I went to Catholic high school, of going into confessional and confessing your sins, which is different than what people think it is, can be the greatest practice. Where we have confused things is we think, I have done something wrong, I must be punished. I have done something wrong, I must be forgiven. No. what you're doing. We don't have to apologize for our sin. In fact, maybe the original sin, which is such a freakishly weird term to me, because how could we be born of sin? We're energetic beings having an energetic experience in human form. How does it get any better than this? But maybe original sin is picking on ourselves. Instead, what if we went to confessional? What if we went to the Jewish New Year? And instead of it being confessions and apologies of I'm a bad person, but instead recognizing all the heavy burdens that we have on our heart and gifting them to Spirit. I hurt because I did this. Please, may you take this. I hurt because I said that. Please, may you take this. I hurt because I'm not treating myself well enough. Please, may you take this. This is turning your sins. Remember, this is all about the other side of the coin. I can't believe I'm going here tonight. This is all from the angels. This is taking your sins and flipping them to the other side of the coin and turning them to gifts. I gift my disappointment and grief to you. I gift my guilt to you. And what happens is they put these gifts into the tumbler of the universe. I just brought over my laundry about 10, 15 minutes before I went on air with you. What we do is we gift our wounds, our worries, our fears, our concerns, our guilt, our shame, our embarrassment, our horror, which are all gifted to us by society. They're not real. We gift them to Spirit, who runs them through the tumbler and gives them back to us, helping us vibrate at a higher level. You're lighter. You're no longer shackled. You've been tabula rasa. You've been made pure again. You've been made clear. You've had the heavy burden taken off of you by the angels. I believe this will be the last note, but maybe there's a last note coming after that. As I was writing this morning, the sun came over the horizon, and I turned to the sun and I said kind of my sun salutations. I'm a gazer. I won't go there this evening. But I, in essence, gifted all of my worries, fears, and concerns to Spirit, to the sun, to the angels, and said a prayer. I said, I give it to you, sun. I give it to you, angels. Please purify me this day. Please bathe me in a state of love and light. Please help me to have grace and ease this day. And please help me to step forward each and every step of the way. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, sunshine. I'll repeat that one more time, because what I did, the sun came up and I gave it all away. I give it to you, sun. I give it to you, angels. Please purify me this day. Please bathe me in a state of love and light. Please help me to have grace and ease today. And please help me to step forward each and every step of the way. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, sun. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, sun. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, sun. That's tabula rasa. That's the blank slate we're shooting for. That is the godlike state. They say with God, all things are possible. What this truly means is in a God-like state, because God is love. I don't believe in a bearded white guy. I believe in an energy that is of and is everything, including you and me. We are the God within. We are the God force. We're not all of it, but we are this resonant energy. When you Love yourself up. When you get yourself light, you are in a godlike state where nothing is impossible. Nothing at all. You're that newborn baby in your arms for whom anything and everything is possible. So we give it to the angels with everything we've got. We blank slate ourselves each and every day with everything we've got. And we say, I give this all to you, God, or I give this all to you, angels. Angels, please take my heavy burden. Angels, please make me lighter. Angels, please take these worries, fears, and concerns away from me. Please help me remember my true essence. And like Rue, somewhere down there, please help me, there's his tail, remember how to fly. Thank you, angels. Thank you, angels. Thank you, angels. When you do this, when you live coming back to a state of prayer with the angels, of communion with the angels, you will find a level of courage rarely found in common man. You will find a level of courage that allows you to wait for just the right place, that allows you to wait and listen before taking action, that allows you to act from the heart, particularly for yourself first. This all comes from giving it to the angels, gifting your worries, gifting your fears, gifting your concerns, and gifting the heaviness on your heart. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Woohoo! So now I want to open it up to some questions, and then we're going to go into a beautiful call in the angels meditation. With that said, come join us for our School of Mystics, because if you're grooving on this, then you're a mystic in training. That's what you came here to do, is to bring out these mystical abilities that are inside of you. So come join us for our School of Mystics this coming Wednesday. And we are doing a clearing session Wednesday night. So you're going to have a lot of fun with that. Although you want to catch the replay, and all of these classes are recorded in case you can't make it. If you've got a big drive to do or something important to do right after class, and class is 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, you might save it for the replay, because this is going to be a big clearing we're going to do with you at the end of class on Wednesday. And then come join us for the automatic writing experiences. We teach you how to connect with spirit and commune with spirit a week from this Thursday. And Tanya will put that link down there as well. So let's open it up to some questions. And I can take a quick sip of water here. Julie, my dad just got the Awe book and was wondering how he can get the bonuses. He may not be able to find the receipt. Well, go to the URL where you can find the bonuses, and actually shoot us a line. We'll give you a code so that you can go to the URL where you can find the bonuses and get your bonuses, Julie. So shoot us a line. You can shoot that to hello@inspirenationshow.com, and hello@inspirenationshow.com. Is that the easiest, best one? Yeah, hello@inspirenationshow.com, and we will get you a link to that, Julie. Arlene asks, how is Jessica doing? Jessica's doing amazing. Jessica is my hero. Jessica is incredible. And Jessica is on cloud 9 with our new home that we're moving into. So I am dumbfounded at how well Jessica is doing through this process. And I think it is from doing everything that I mentioned here, she's doing in her own way as well. Karen, I don't know how to love. How do I feel it? Karen, if you don't know how to love, I recommend going to a pet store, or going outside of a pet store, or going to the cute and fuzzy YouTube videos and watch a baby bunny, watch a baby chickie, watch a baby, and you will start to feel that sensation inside of you. Because as survival of the species, we all have it hardwired into our beingness to love a cute little something. So once you start to feel that feeling there, start to bring it back into your heart. I don't know how to love. I think of cute and fuzzy little bunnies. I think of cute and fuzzy little bunnies. I think of cute and fuzzy little bunnies. Bring it back into your heart and start to anchor it in there. Soul Spa. We instantly reincarnate. Let's see. Matthias Di Stefano says we instantly reincarnate after passing, and heaven is a state of mind. I can't help but find this any upsetting. Any thoughts? First off, the bigger upsetting soul spa is, how do we put this? I still want to work on getting you out of that state of victimhood. I still want to work on getting you into a state of greater love and light at Soul Spa. Anybody can say anything. It is our choice, even what I say, especially what I say, whether we choose to accept it or not. On one level, it is all story. On one level, it is all real. So time is not real. As I see it, there's a long time on the other side before we come back, but time on the other side is not the same as here. So in a sense, it could be millions or billions of years you're on the other side before you come back. On another level, it can be instantaneous or pure instantaneous because time stacks on top of each other in a different way. But the best thing to do is even gift that worry, fear, and concern to the angels and understand there is a bigger plan at play. This is not because what you're saying at the end of the day is at Soul Spa, I'm exhausted. And when I die, I need time to recover because this place has kicked my ass. And what I say to that is, yes, you will get that rest. You will get that break. But to use what Matthias is saying, we can also learn how to work with our angels and guides or work with our inner wisdom so that we are not exhausted during this lifetime. And so we can instead make it heaven here on earth. Do we ever do angel card readings on our channel? I have done it a little bit in the past. It might be something I bring back. We have even talked about creating our own angel cards because I know the angels would like to do that. So I haven't been doing it at the moment, but it might be fun to do that again. So beautiful question, Sweetheart 11. I am. Do you think it's possible we have more than one archangel working on us at a time? Absolutely. So archangels work for many people at once, but you can certainly call in more than one. I call in, every time I call in the angels, 4 archangels: Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel. Every single time I call in a team. Now, again, time and space aren't real on the other side of the veil, so that they can be with many people at once and doing many different things at the same time. So you might as well call in all the angels that seem to resonate with you at any particular moment. Oh, and a key point, get in your questions early because at about 10:15, I'm going to jump into a meditation, 10:20 at the latest here. Go. How important is intuition for reading angel cards and signs? It's a practice not of increasing your intuition, but letting go of your thinking mind go. So the practice is starting to pick up on what is, we could call it that intuitive hit, but that implies that you have to work on this. But you pick up the card, you flip it over. What's the first feeling that comes to mind? What's the first idea that hits you? What's that first sensation? How do I get better at that? And not from a, what do I think this card means? This is where you want to play. How do angels communicate with people who never heard from or of angel signs or don't believe in any of that? Angels are always speaking to you, each and every one of us. It's that when our thinking mind is going too much, when we're in a state of worry, fear, and concern too much, we're walking around like a 5-year-old going, na, 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 poo, poo. Except that the 5-year-old who does the na, 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 poo, poo might still see their angels and guides until it's been kicked out of them too much by parents, loved ones, well-meaning people, society, and so forth, who say you can't see angels, you can't see guides, there aren't any imaginary friends. Well, there are. And they're speaking to each one of us. So where we start is listening or feeling or simply being by a tree, for instance, and seeing how that feels, or being by the water and seeing how that feels. Now, if you say, I don't believe in angels, you can't prove it to me. Well, we prove our beliefs because we don't like to be wrong. I would never try to say, you must believe in angels. Angels are real. That doesn't work. That's like saying to somebody who really hates vanilla, you must love your vanilla. That's not going to work. Nobody wants to feel like an idiot. Nobody wants to be proven wrong. So the best thing that you can do is play with your angels, have your own angel experience. And then if and when your friends or family are ready, they may ask about it, but never try to make them sense their angels. That works approximately 0% of the time. You can, of course, pray for them and ask their angels to help them, of course, and help soften their heart. The angels want to help everybody. They're unemployed. They're by your side and they can't do anything till you ask for it. So you might as well see what you can do to help them, to be able to help your friend or your family. Mary, I love you, Mary. I love everybody here tonight, but thank you so much, Mary. Does Michael have a meditation to help be in the now so that we can help turn it over if we find ego in resistance? The simplest meditation to be in the present moment, Mary. At the end of the day, the absolute simplest. Just feel the air go in, feel the air go out. Feel the air go in, feel the air go out. You can put a count to this. Breathe in and out. 1. Breathe in and out. 2. Breathe in. What was I thinking about? And out. Oops. Oh, yeah. 1. Breathe in. Is he going to just keep doing this? Oh, whoops. Again. And out. 1. It's simply either just breathing in and out or breathing in and out while counting how long your mind doesn't go off wandering. And if it does, just bring it back to the count of 1. I call this, a technical term for this is the 10 count. And the goal in theory to get to count of 10, Mary, but not necessary. Just be with your breath. And what happens is the more that you do this, the more that you learn how to bring it back and bring it back again and bring it back again. Go to the next question. Layla, I wonder how people believe in angels, but not so much in the Creator, God. That's an interesting question, Layla, that I don't believe I'm going to be able to answer because I don't know how many people believe in angels versus how many people believe in the Creator. Now, for myself, I don't believe in a bearded white guy in the sky or any guy in the sky. I believe in a field of energy that is everything. I believe that the way this is structured is there is assistance in this energy from angels, from archangels, from guides, from higher dimensional beings, from source, spirit, this giant central energy from which everything exists, but simply not the bearded white guy. But I certainly believe in with God, spirit, source, universe, love, giant cheeseburger in the sky. All things are possible. Mickey, who is Chiron? I haven't had the gentleman, I believe it's Lee Harris, who channels Chiron, and I could be wrong about that, on the show yet. So I could not say. Nutois. Well, this explains a lot. I need to love myself more. But how can I when I transgender? Oh my God, Nutois. Why not? I mean, how much better does it get than this? Totally. You're transgender. Woohoo! Rock it. Love yourself up. You're special. You're awesome. You're great. You're the best. I'm not saying that lightly. You're special. You're awesome. I want to cry. You're great. You're the best. You're special. You're awesome. You're great. You're the best. You're special. You're awesome. You're great. You're the best. Oh my God. The new world coming into being is so much less binary. We're moving beyond the days of binary. We're moving beyond the days of black and white. We're moving beyond the days of male, female. Rock it, Nutois. Rock it with everything that you've got. Realize your transgender nature is a gift, is the greatest gift in the freaking world. That's where you get to play the game. That may require a tabula rasa at a very high level. It may require some gifting of incredible gift and shame and embarrassment that you were gifted by others. It ain't yours. It's bullshit. Give it to the angels. Let them clear that. Understand, angels are not male or female. They can represent themselves as either or as both. This world is coming so much closer to the other side of the veil. And Nutois, you are at the cutting edge. So I love you. I love you. I love you. And I want you to rock it and love yourself up with everything that you've got. We need you. I truly mean that. We need you. Soul Spa. Any tips on how you can love yourselves up when they lose it via anger sometimes? Love yourself up even with the anger. Oh my God, I smashed that microwave to the floor. I cried. I bawled. And then I got to love myself up even more. So it is not a path. I think of it sort of like, stock market is a good example. There's a simple example. Stock goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down. And the best stocks, if you go back and look at, forgetting about the corn syrup or anything, Coca-Cola for decades, or certainly you can look at even Tesla, which is like the stock of all stocks today. They're going up, they go down, they go up, they go down. But the overall trend is up. So you love yourself up. Then you fall and you're pissed off like a mofo with yourself. And then you love yourself up. And then you fall and you're pissed off again. And then you love yourself up. But you keep going up and up and up. But love yourself up, not despite the anger, not despite the judgment, but use that anger and judgment, Soul Spa, as a positive fuel. That's ultimately what we're talking about with everything here tonight, is there's no such thing as a negative unless we use it as such. There are a lot of people who will get into a desperate cycle of anger, of disappointment, of self-judgment. Well, they'll say, I'm a victim, plain and simple. There ain't nothing I can do about it. The world is unfair. People are unfair. Everything is unfair. My life sucks. I suck. You can prove yourself correct in that situation. Or you can say, wow, the world has kicked my butt. I'm going to use this as a fuel for greatness. I've kicked my own butt. I'm going to use this as a fuel for greatness. I just chastised myself. I'm going to still use this as a fuel for greatness. And I would do that, as, of course, by giving it to the angels. Okay, time for one more question. Yeah, we've got time for a few more questions here. Why Doreen Virtue now speaks against wonderful angels and doesn't believe in their help. And I can't say, and I would never, ever, ever pick on anyone about anything. So I just say, love up Doreen Virtue. Okay. For those who have followed Doreen Virtue and seen her shifting path, it may be the hardest thing in the world to love her up. And it might be exactly what you get to do if you want to play the highest level game for your spiritual growth, maybe for her spiritual growth as well, but for your own unique spiritual path. So, this is kind of the coolest thing. Not so much about Doreen's path, but for all of us. If you really get this level game at the highest level, you will send the most love. Still working on this myself. To the exact people who befuddle and confuse and or upset us the most. Because unity consciousness, we're going from a me to a we. Unity consciousness, we are all one. So you see a Doreen Virtue and you're going, I don't get it. I send you love. You see a world leader who's doing the exact opposite of what you want him or her to do. I send you love. You hear about somebody committing horrible war crimes or atrocities. Can you send them love? This world is gone. The spiritual realm is losing its binary tonality. Kids are coming in today at a completely different level. So, the binary soldiers of the past are making us, putting us into a war. This is all in quotes. This is all story of a him versus her, an us versus them, a rich versus poor, a vax versus unvax, a black versus white, a blah, blah, blah versus blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, it is a last gasp of the old guard oligarchy of the binary world. Our job is to love up everyone, especially those who would pit A against B. A is better than B. No, B is better than A. Is to love up everyone, especially those who freak us out the most, with everything we've got. A few more questions here, and then we'll dive into a meditation. I believe this is coming from Mary. What about when we hurt someone else? After turning to the angels, over to the angels for our own healing, don't we need to ask forgiveness of the person we hurt? It is a brilliant, beautiful practice to ask for forgiveness. Absolutely. But at the end of the day, whether they forgive you or not, the most important practice, Mary, is forgiving yourself. That's the highest level practice. You can't control anybody else. What they do is 100% their business. Now, we don't have to pick on ourselves for hurting anybody else because we always operate doing the best we can with the information we have. You might have been pissed off as a mofo, and the best information you had was to give them hell based on your past wiring. That doesn't make you a bad person. That does not, based on your situation, based on your wiring, based on your training, based on your emotions, based on your chemistry, you might have given them hell. Love yourself up even despite that. Maybe you said, I'm going to get them. Love yourself up even despite that. Maybe you did something so awful you can't even think about it. Love yourself up even despite that, because you cannot prove to me. First off, everything that happened before this moment is story. What do you mean by that? There's a realness to it. Well, yeah, I'm wearing twin titanium femurs, twin titanium hips, and now this kind of spider mechanism that is amazing that's holding my wrist together. How does it get any better than this? But anything that happened prior to this very moment is story. Somebody rammed me very hard with an SUV kind of vehicle, with lots of bone crunching and other stuff going on, and who knows what else. Do I love him? Of course. Do I love him with everything I've got? Of course. Do I harbor any ill will toward them? No, of course not. If I did that to somebody else, first off, I would do everything I can to help that person. Maybe they wouldn't want my help. Maybe they wouldn't accept my help. But then I get to see this as a spiritual gift to help myself and heal my own heart. Nothing good has ever come in this world from bringing or putting yourself down. Not ever, not once. Nothing good has ever come in this world by dimming your light, because we are a collective vibration and a collective energy. And so if we take ourselves down, how do we bring ourselves up? So that's where you get to play, Mary. I know in the nature of time, I'm not going to go into the whole Ho'oponopono here and now, but there is a beautiful Hawaiian healing prayer of forgiveness. I'm sure you've heard it before. I love you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. Thank you. This is not about asking somebody else for forgiveness. This is not loving somebody else up. This is done to and for you, understanding that we are all one. Sierra, real briefly, I'll touch on this tonight. It might be a good topic to really dive into in details in the future. How do you come to terms with evil? I had parents who were evil. It is a miracle that I survived. Sierra, I do not discount your childhood at all. I do not discount what they did to you at all. But there is a bigger picture game at play. So, Sierra, my version of this story is that you signed a soul contract as an elder, as a badass, as someone, I'm very serious about this, Sierra, as someone who could really take it and said, I want to get a very serious challenge early on in my lifetime so that I can learn and grow and have compassion and understanding at a godlike level, at the highest level possible. Please give me the story that it will take to have this experience in order for me to learn and grow. And somewhere on some level of consciousness, on the other side of the veil, two of your other spirit team family members, you can call them your soul circle, said, we'll volunteer. We hope you'll love us afterwards, but we'll volunteer to wear the hat of your parents, to play the role that it will take to help give you the exact experiences you will need in order to grow and overcome these challenges. That's the bigger game. That's why I teach the School of Mystics, is to understand that there are levels to every story. And Sierra, I'm not discounting it at all. Not at all. But I'm saying there's also a bigger picture game at play. Oh my God. Last to donate, not last to, but then thank you, Nika, so much for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this? Thank you, Nika. How does it get any better than this? So much love. Sierra, I want to give you a hug as well. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I want you to work to love yourself up so much and to have so much forgiveness in your heart, first for yourself, then expand beyond that. Give it to the angels. Give it to the angels with everything you've got. And a line from Paul Selig's guides that I absolutely love: what you damns you back. So we get to work on that, but don't worry about for this evening. You can replay it and go read some of Paul Selig's work, such as I Am the Word, but just love yourself up, Sierra. Nika, thank you so much. I love you. I love you. I love you. Red Cupid bow lips. Awesome. I love you too. I love you too. I love you too. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Thank you so for your kind donation. And T, woohoo! Thank you so much, T. Oh my God. Big love, big hugs. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. How does it get any better than this? All right. I'm going to take a sip of water. And then last question of the evening. And it looks like this is a really important question. And then we're going to dive into a meditation here. And Rue behind me is up on his perch, preening himself. I haven't figured out what we're going to have as the perch in the new home. I've been working on that. Is it a couch? Is it a kitty tower? What is it that I have or that Rue has himself on during the show? Because he got up here before the show. He loves being on camera and he loves being before you. He's holding space. Aren't you, Rue? You rock, good boy. You rock. Oh, I love him. All right. Jill Mitchell. And Jill, my heart goes out to you. And I'm sure you know, I'm sure you heard at the beginning that I shared completely different, but there's a reason you were brought here tonight because we had identical twins on their way in Jessica's belly. And one of them passed away to allow the other one to be here. And so we lost prior to birth one of our two identical twins. So I don't take what you're saying beyond lightly. So Jill, your question. How to handle grief of losing my youngest son who was killed in the hospital by blood thinners and his identical twin brother is suicidal. Angels led me to you tonight. So Jill, we get to work on this on multiple levels. On level number 1, while it's clear the hospitals made some egregious decisions that helped or caused your son to check out, meaning he couldn't make it based on those decisions. This is hard to get, but we get to gift the anger, the everything, gift it to the angels. A, for your identical son, for your older son to pull through. B, so you can pull through. This is a cancer. The cancer is blame and anger at this point. Sure, there's legal channels. I don't discount that. Different story because we play the game on the physical plane, we play it on the spiritual plane, although it is all spirit. But what I'm saying is we need to get the poison out of your veins and out of your heart. Don't take this all on yourself. Give it to the angels. Gift it to the angels with everything that you've got. I get the story wrong frequently, so please forgive me. But it may have been the monks coming out of Tibet who spoke to the Dalai Lama. This is after China took over Tibet in, was it the 1950s or so? And the monks said their biggest fear wasn't being hurt by the Chinese. The biggest fear was losing themselves. In other words, losing their compassion for their captors and for the ones who were pointed the guns at their heads. Because that would be poison and suicide to themselves. So, Jill, we get to work on our hearts and on that poison by gifting it to the angels with everything that we've got, so that you can help to heal the older brother. So important, because children and their parents are not just identical flames. They are, what's the quantum physics terms? Quantum entangled. What happens to one child happens to a parent. What happens to parent happens to child. This is why it is also so difficult, Jill. But understand, the game is played on many levels, Jill. I've been gifted with a very good ability to communicate with the other side through practice. It's what I teach. It's why I wrote it. Anybody can learn it. And I'm not saying that lightly, but I communicated with my daughter, Miraku, from day number 1. I actually watched her take off. I was blessed with that. And by take off, I mean move from the physical back to the energetic side of things. I know your youngest son is on the other side, wanting to speak with you, wanting to communicate with you, wanting to help heal your heart and help heal the heart of his brother. I know it in my beingness of beingness of beingness. He does not want you angry. This is not Hollywood. This is not movies. This is not a person on the other side of the veil coming back as a ghost so that you can find the murderer, blah, blah, blah. No. Your younger son is free on the other side, is flying high, is in a state of love, and wants nothing but more love and happiness and peace for you. You get to reach out to him. You get to speak to him. I know he's by your side. I know it. Know it. As much as I know this is a microphone by your side, by my side, your son is by your side. Lean on him, speak with him, tap into his love to help you to heal. As for his identical brother, if he's open to these conversations, have them. If not, you go to the angels with everything that you've got and ask them to help him, ask them to protect him, and you work on getting your vibration to the best state, and then help him to see what you are doing by leading by example. Be there for him. Listen to him. Allow him an outlet for his rage, for his heartache, for his grief, for his guilt, for his everything. And I know there's huge guilt in there and huge anger. If he's up for it, do healing sessions, do clearing sessions with him. Do everything you can for him, but allow him to express what's on his heart. My guess is there's a lot of survivor's guilt. There's a lot of shame in there. There's a complete amount of confusion and flipped upside down. And so my last thought, and this is for you to go to the angels, is to be the anchor and be the rock so that you can be there for him. But do it all from a place of love. So, oh, Jill, all of my love, everything goes out to you, all of my beingness, everything, everything, everything. With that said, no more time for questions. However, a couple more donations came in. So, Zenaida Garcia, thank you so much. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Jill, I want to go right back to you. You are in my thoughts. You are in my prayers. So, oh, Jill, I just This is the real graduate level work. This is the graduate level work. Just if you can even grasp how the angels to help you understand that there is, I always draw it like this, a bigger picture game at play, then you will know your youngest son is safe. You'll know that he is okay. You'll know that he actually came here for certain lessons and then went home. You'll know that he actually came here to play a role to help your other son and to help you as well. And you will understand that there's so much more going on here that meets the eye that helps you to heal and to grow and to expand. And then lastly, Eileen, thank you so much for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? All right, let me take one more sip of water, and then we are going to dive into a quick meditation with the angels. Of course, we have our School of Mystics this Wednesday. Do come join us. It's an amazing class. You are going to find like-minded friends, homies, family. You'll find that tribe that you've been looking for, because we tend to feel, as mystics or mystics in training, we tend to feel like outcasts. We tend to feel like we don't belong. We tend to feel like everybody else gets it, we don't get it, and the world they're living is insane, or it seems insane to me, until you start finding a like-minded group of people and you go, wait, I get it. This is why I'm so sensitive. This is why I feel so deeply. This is why I know there's so much more going on than meets the eye, even if I don't know what it is. And then we help you expand and learn and grow and really be able to live on both sides of the veil and navigate the world from that place. So come join us this Wednesday, and 4 Wednesdays a month for our School of Mystics. There is a join button down below. That's for something else. There's a join button down below for our Mystic Circle, which is lots of behind the scenes footage, me going out on walks and talks with Rue and epiphanies that I had and all sorts of things. You can click that join button, get lots of behind the scenes footage, and come join us for our automatic writing class, which we're going to have 8, 9, 10 days from now, a week from Thursday, where you're going to learn all the automatic writing experience so you can communicate on the other side of the veil. You can communicate with loved ones. You can communicate with your angels and with your guides. That will be a week from Thursday. Plus, you get our entire audio, video-based automatic writing program. So you can literally start communicating with the angels yourself tomorrow. Everything that I teach is about helping you to communicate with spirit, you to communicate with source, you being put in the driver's seat. So you're not relying on me, you're not relying on Rue, you're not relying on anyone, but I want to empower you to be the mystic you were meant to be, and to be your own channel or medium to be able to communicate with the other side that you're always meant to be, because you are love. You come from love. You couldn't be anything other than love. So let's get you empowered and playing the highest level love game we can. All right, take that sip of water, then let's dive in. Yes, tomorrow night we do have an amazing show. David Ditchfield was, I won't give the whole thing away, stuck in the door of a train, thrown under a high-speed train in London, run over by a train, killed by the train, and came back. And he came back he had been an alcoholic. He stopped drinking. He had no artistic ability. He became an incredible painter. He didn't know a word of writing music, and he writes symphonies. And he has the most amazing story to share. It's David Ditchfield, and that is our show. There's a link that I believe Tanya's putting down below, and we also always post our links in the description. That's going to be tomorrow night, so do come catch us for that. That's at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. All right. What a beautiful evening. A lot of energy here tonight. I know a lot of you are going through stuff. So what I'd like you to do is scoot in here. Whew. Wow, I can feel the energy here tonight. So what I'd like you to do is breathe in nice and deep and close your eyes, and out. In through the nose, nice and deep down to the belly, and out. One more time, in and out. As you continue to breathe in and out, let's come all together as one here tonight. So I want you to form a giant circle where you imagine in your mind's eye everybody who's watching this now, everybody who's watched it before, and everyone who will watch it in the future, in one giant circle, all connected to your hand reaching out to the person next to you on the right, to your hand reaching out to the person connected on your left. We breathe in, imagine the air is coming into our heart and out through the heart as one. We breathe into the heart, imagine the air coming out into the heart and out through the heart as one. Into the heart and out through the heart as one. And in and out. All breathing through the heart, all synced with the heart. And now, as we continue to breathe in and out, we call in our angels that have been around us and here with us throughout this entire event and throughout our entire lives. So first, with me, please say, I call in my guardian angel to be by my side, and may I feel your wings around me. I call in the archangels who are always by my side, and may I feel your wings around me. I call in all angels who are by my side, and may I feel your wings around me. I feel the warmth of my angels. Feel free to repeat after me. I feel the warmth of my angels. I feel the love of my angels. I feel the support of my angels. I see your light. I feel your strength. I feel your wings. And I feel your support. And if you're struggling with anything at this time, I want you to think of what that is. And along with me, I'd like you to gift it to the angels. Angels, I've been struggling with, and I'd like to gift this to you. Angels, please take my worries. Angels, please take my fears. Angels, please take my concerns. Angels, please take my guilt. Angels, please take my shame. Angels, please take my anger. Thank you, angels. Thank you, angels. Thank you, angels. Now, angels, may you please return to me these gifts at a higher level. Please return to me love. Please return to me kindness. Please return to me compassion. Please return to me peace. Please return to me health. Please return to me ease. And please return to me grace. Thank you, angels. Thank you, angels. Thank you, angels. Angels, please help me transmute all of these energies, all of my worries, fears, and concerns, and help me clear them from my system to tabula rasa me, to purge me of all of this heaviness, which has held me back, kept me down, and kept me in a state of fear. Please help remove them. Please help transmute them. And please help me to vibrate at the highest level possible, at the level of pure love. Love for myself, love for everyone around me, and even love for those with whom I struggle with the most. Thank you for this love. Thank you for this energy. Thank you for this guidance. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Woohoo! So that's it for this beautiful evening. It has been so magnificent having you here tonight. You are angels. You are light warriors. You are mystics. And I'm very selfish. But having you here tonight, I mean, my job is to help elevate you and elevate consciousness and help humanity shift and raise to a higher level. And I know that you doing this work is contagious. This is a contagion that we're spreading on the whole world because you're vibrating at a higher level. Somebody else is going to vibrate at a higher level, and somebody else is going to vibrate at a higher level. And you doing this and giving it to the angels, you're going to make higher level decisions. The next person's going to make higher level decisions, and you're going to do it out of love rather than fear. And that is rockin' awesome. And you are rockin' awesome. So do come join us for our School of Mystics on Wednesday. Oh my God, so much fun. How does it get any better than this? And we're going to be doing a huge clearing session on Wednesday. So this is going to help you to tabula rasa, to get much lighter. But I just want to send so much love your way. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Tanya, for everything. Thank you, Anis. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Bavik. Thank you, Nico. Thank you, Aya. Thank you to all of our members of the Dream Team. Thank you, Archangels Michael and Gabrielle and Raphael and Uriel. Thank you, Miracle. I love you, Miracle. Thank you, baby Hannah. And thank you to all of our angels and guides by us at our side. I love you guys so, 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 so much. Have the most amazing evening ahead, the most amazing day ahead. Look forward to seeing you on Wednesday if you can make it, tomorrow night with David Ditchfield, next Thursday for the automatic writing experience. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? And thank you to Rue, who has had one chillax of a time here, is still preening. He's ready for bed. I think I am ready for bed as well. Last thing, got that join link down below if you want lots of behind the scenes videos. Love you guys so, so much. Keep on shining bright. Woohoo! Love you guys. Night.